Thank you. Thanks for the compliments on the shorts, Pixie, the slide guitar and the other shit. Or just make a comment on the Bell Bottom Blues one too, and now I'm behind. I'm probably behind anyways. I think they're all gone, Pixie. After 4 fucking attempts, whatever. Hey, Bounce, what's up? Okay. Nick Bliss, what's up? 41 years. Swiss Alps, you might want to try leading with "Hi, how are you" before you give fucking demands onto somebody. I don't know. Just a thought. I didn't even see that. Hey Mario. Hey Mr. Head Shutter. Or Head Shooter, I should say. Hotel California. That shit ain't happening. Um. Yeah, I can sound more impressive than I sound, Nix. Generally speaking. I don't think I'm sounding very impressive right now, but hang out. You might hear something that might wow you out. It happens occasionally on here. Hang on, just let me get into my room. I want to pin a comment for Pixie. You guys be nice to Pixie Knickers. She's the mod. Yeah, I don't need to hear myself on repeat. Meat face. You like eggs. Good for you. I'm happy for you. I'm going to sleep so much better knowing that tonight. I can tell you that. Got it. Got it. Good. Smoking in the boys' room, but smoke on the water. And I won't play it, so stop requesting it. No, Cam, I cannot play that. Yeah, William, we're back. Jonathan, I don't know what eso mismo means. But as far as I can tell, looks like gibberish to me. Fausto. Alright. My man says he's all good. Cat Trips, what's going on? Well, I guess they're going to be empty-handed. They should just pull up The Song Remains the Same. You're welcome, William. Ahmed. Yo. What up? Please read the pinned comment, folks. I play on a Sword STR Tremolo 5-watt amplifier with Soulcactus mods. Yeah, Dennis Troy, we're gonna get there. Hang on. Love you, right? And in the end, is the love you take equal to the love you make? The Chris Farley Show. Money for nothing, and your chicks for free. I want my fucking MTV. missed that one, KM. But I just put up a short of Bell Bottom Blues before we went live. That's up in shorts if you want to catch it. Do I know what Clapton and coffee have in common? Yes, cocaine. They're fuel for Larry Soulcactus. That's what they have in common. I think you're talking about steel over nylon, William. And yeah, man, I do steel on acoustic all day long. I don't do nylon on acoustic. Nylon belongs on a classical guitar. Thank you, Pixie. Don't know that, Cam. Why don't you read the description of the room? Dude, it ain't a request hotline. Unless there's some imaginary sign up that says request hotline out front that I'm unaware of. But considering I'm the one that pulled up to my place earlier, that sign doesn't exist. Because if I wanted to exist, it would say that in the title. But it doesn't. So it don't. But thank you for stopping by my Larry Soulcactus live stream. If you have a question about guitar gear, or about playing in bands, or writing and recording, or trying to get gigs, any of that kind of stuff, that's what I'm... Just think of me as like the Leon Phelps of tone. The ladies' man of tone. Except without the Cavassier and the disgusting phone calls. You accidentally messed up the comments. Okay. Don't worry about it. You're doing great. Just read the comment, please. Pix, you're doing awesome. What's up, Cam? How you doing? Trips. Nirvana. I don't play any of that kind of stuff. Thank you. Okay, I thought it made sense. I read it. Maybe I read it too quickly. I don't know. Dennis Troy, sweet. Thank you very much. Nirvana, okay. All right. What I play? Music, typically speaking. I almost wanted to say Alexis, but you're like Aloxus. You're like one letter off from it, man. Well, that's cool, Cam. This is a junior, though. You probably mean a standard. Or do you actually like juniors? KM, if you want something played, please send a sticker or a super sticker and grease the wheels that way. I mean, I'm happy to play Thrill Is Gone, but like I play that shit like so often, dude. So if you want it played, send a sticker or a super sticker. I've already said it's not a request hotline. Hey, Tom Patterson, what's up? Thank you for the props on the shorts, bud. I really appreciate all that support. Nico, play Delilah, please. I think you left off Samson, but no, I'm going to pass, though. I'm all right, Tom. How are you? Micro Stutter, what do you do to warm up? Oh, I thought I covered this last night, but or yesterday. But basically, what I do is, yes, it's very possible to learn at 20 years old. Metin or Meetin. You can email me at soulcactus19@gmail.com for private one-on-one guitar instruction. Any of you can. What I do to warm up is I do kind of like licks in open E like Stevie Ray Vaughan would. And I kind of like tend to do it like this. But I want to make sure I hit every note, so I want to turn off the delay. I'll do those kinds of things to warm up, and then I'll go into something like this. Say, Pixie, this dude's been warned. I'm about to do it myself. Thank you for getting that. Bonjour. Comment allez-vous? Hi, Alex22. How are you? So that's what I do to warm up. I do kind of that kind of rockabilly 50s rock and roll type rhythm to get my wrist loose. That's why I do that. The other stuff is to get my fingers loose. Whatever. Take your cap locks off, dude. You're yelling at the room. Très bien. Bueno. Hey. Tanaman. Thank you. From the United States back to Thailand. Dylan, please read the pinned comment. It's not a request hotline. Again, Aiden, same thing. No, I don't know the Thai song. I don't even know the Thai stick song. Frank from the Netherlands, man. What did, like, Badass Brutus Guitar put up a sign in the Netherlands that said, you must watch Larry Soulcactus, because I feel like more and more of you from the Netherlands are coming over to check me out, and it's kind of cool. I can't wait to work on Bert's new Watapacha project. Dylan, this is the second time you're being told it's not a fucking request hotline. Sting. It's too bad he was such a pussy in Dune, though. I mean, come on, dude. He got his ass handed to him by Kyle. Kyle McLaughlin? Pretty boy? Please. Gone. Boom. I just escorted 4 people out of here because I'm sick and tired of telling you it's not a fucking request hotline. It's in the pinned comment. Read it. Read the description of how the room operates. What is the purpose of the stream? Yeah, what an idiot. No. Go suck off a dragon. From Okinawa. Hey, Josh, how are you? Hey, Ernie. No. Hey, Tommy from Sweden, how you doing? Josh, I'm very hot here in Arizona, man. We've got extreme heat warnings all week long, so I believe the expression "fry like bacon" comes to mind. Hey, Jalbertov from Spain, what's up? I was in the south of Spain last summer. It was hot. That's rude. The Cure's SG good? Okay, Josh, I'm glad. Oh, it is home to Nintendo, man. Yeah, I'll tell my brother Jeffrey you said hello later, okay? Thank you. Was it William? What were the names of the bands you've been in before? Okay. The first steady band I played with, like on and off throughout like my just year 21. I played with Chester White and the Soul Pigs here in town in Phoenix, Arizona. It was like sort of like the Scottsdale, Tempe, Phoenix border. Anyways, would play with them for like the next couple years. That's when I would come back home from college. But I went to school down in Tucson, and my band that I assembled at the end of college was called Killing Floor, after the Howlin' Wolf song. Next band I was in, once I left that band, I joined up with Red House Blues Band in Phoenix here, and played with them through the summer of '95 for about 2.5 months, and then just kind of got sick of them, and they got sick of me, and it was fine. It was like a mutual parting of the ways there. Then what was after that? Nothing was after that for a while. It was myself and my friend. The next like iteration of me would have just been Larry Kanefsky and Donald Mattingly from a club, and from like doing an open mic night, but like taking over with the house band and playing with the house guys. It's really tight. I can put it up on if you guys want to check it out. I can put some of that shit up on the Patreon page. After that, my friend Donald influenced me to become Larry Soulcactus, even though I wasn't Larry Soulcactus yet. You just be like, just be me. Don't depend on another lead singer. Leave that shit behind. So that's what I did. So essentially, I became myself as a solo act, and I didn't play with another band until I moved to Virginia. I didn't play with anybody when I lived. That's not true. I sat in with people in Indiana, but I never like played with anybody like serious. Like I never played a gig in Indiana, but I went and sat in at like some bullshit bar with some friends or whatever. You know what I mean? Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, I didn't join up with another band until I moved to Virginia, and then I was like playing all the fucking time. And it was like, I don't remember all of them, but I do remember like the first one I hooked up with was called like Bells and Hunters, and that was short lived. I think we only played a couple gigs because they couldn't. I have no idea what the hell happened. It was just a weird scenario, and I don't think they really wanted to pay me, and I was just like, yeah, well, I don't do this shit for free, so your choice. That was their choice. So I just went on to the next thing. Not really a big deal when you're in a big market like that. You can find another gig fairly easily if you're good and you're pleasant to be around and you show up on time and you do what's responsible of you. You'll get a good reputation. If you're the exact opposite of that, you'll get a really fast bad reputation. So it just depends on how you want to roll. Band after that was after DC Traffic after Bells and Hunters was DC Traffic. I've got videos of me playing with them up on the page. And then I played with the Just Stones, the Rolling Stones cover band after that. I did play with a lot of people here and there in between, like those three bands. A lot of one-offs, a lot of auditions, that kind of shit. Nothing to write home about. I did play a couple gigs with another, like, throw-together band of, like, hey, I got a gig. I'm calling you. I need a guitar player and somewhat of a halfway decent singer to do, like, maybe half of 3 sets or whatever, and we'll get another guy on keyboards and vocals to do the other shit. And maybe, like, me and somebody else, me, the drummer talking to me, and a bass player. I remember doing that. And that was cool. We just played all classic rock cover shit for the night. It was fun. But, like, there wasn't a name. I don't remember what the name was to that band. I just remember telling people, like, if you follow me home, I'm not going to play music for you. I will call the police and have you arrested. That's always my joke when I'm finishing up playing a gig. It may not be that funny. I don't really give a shit. Anywho, there are videos of me playing with DC Traffic and Just Stones up there. Let's see. After that, yeah, nothing. I came back here. I played a gig with a band. I don't remember what their name was called because they pissed me off so much, and the gigs were so fucking horrible, and the pay was such shit. I felt like I left off a piece of my soul each night in the fucking parking lot as I left those gigs. And that was the last time I played with anybody. I remember after that band calling another band here in town to audition, and I'm like, you got a song list? And they sent me like the same like 40 fucking songs that the other band played, and I'm like, what the hell? What do you guys all get together and like, I just moved back here from Virginia. This was in like 2015, and I was thinking like, what, you guys all like have a town meeting and say these are the only 40 songs bands here are allowed to play? What the fuck? I was like, yeah, I'm done for a while with this horse shit. Like I said, Arizona, Phoenix, not a great place for music. So at this point, I'm just back to being Larry Soulcactus, and I've been this for like years. What else? 22. Keep requesting shit? I guess so. Yeah. Phoenix on and off for like the past 30 something years has been home for better or for worse. You do Paranoid by Black Sabbath. Anybody got any guitar questions? Hey, Lena, what's up? I don't know what that means. Is that a different language? Okay, Pixie. No worries. All good. Fishing Geek. Hey, Tom. Play some psychedelic jazz? I'll pass, but thank you. Yeah, Fishing Geek's right. Try refreshing. Or force quit or whatever. I don't know. Did I ever play using the golden trout? No, I don't know what that is. Why would I use a fish? You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. REO Speedwagon. Ha no. Then the answer is no, I never did. Because I would have recognized it immediately had I used it, you know? I don't use that for teaching scales. I do not play any fish. Chalk Dust Torture. I don't know what that is, but I'm assuming it's a fish song. It's not that I'm like not a fan of Trey. I think he's perfectly fine. Hey, the giant space bud is here. We're all right. Oh, I said I would add pickups to. I would add Lawler pickups to. If you bought one of those 1P90 Epiphone Crestwood guitars at like Guitar Center or whatever, I would rip that pickup out and replace it with this pickup, the Lawler Overwound Dog Ear P90. If you guys want to see the guitar, check out Laura Cox on Instagram. She owns one, and she's a hell of a guitar player, singer-songwriter. She's from Paris, and she kicks ass. If you guys like me, you'd love Laura. She is absolutely not fucking around. She is the real deal. She plays SGs just like me, because she's probably about my size. But she whips ass. I would play with her in a heartbeat. It is a Univibe on Bridge of Sighs, yes. It's a Univibe on that whole record. Not just the track, but I think you mean the whole record. All right. Fishing Geek. Excuse me. Holy crap. It doesn't taste like Cox until I say it tastes like Cox. I'm Dewey Cox. Get out of here, Dewey. You don't want no part of this. There's something else, Cole. Walk. Yeah, walk. The Dewey Cox story. Walk hard. How do you tone your guitar? App? Pedal? Oh, I think you mean how I tune my guitar, Lewis. I use a Polytuner 2 by Teese Electronics, my friend. I hope that helps. Thank you for calling in. You've been a lovely contestant on the Larry Soulcactus stream. Ear, yo. Sometimes, if I don't have a tuner around, I'll just pull up like Cocaine by Eric Clapton and tune my low E to the song, and then I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm in A440. Thank you, Anna. How are you? Hey, Mark. Ear, yo, yo, yo. Go, go, ho, ho. Right on, Pixie. I appreciate that. Get ready. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Thank you, Emmanuel. Or it was, oh, Georgia. Sorry. Or is it Georgia or Georgia? Nixon, what's up? I don't know what that is. Your amp isn't on the Victoria website, right? It is not. No. 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 It's retired. They don't have the right to make something with my character on it, dude. They can't do that. They're getting legal trouble. It's called a liability. Once Soulcactus Sound was over with, that was the end of the Soulcactus signature amp, man. They didn't have the right to sell it after I was done being in business. They couldn't do that. Not unless they worked out some kind of deal with me saying that I was going to get 90% of amp royalties on the sales. And that didn't happen. So that's why I was left with 20 to 40 of these leftover control panels with my character on them. Because Victoria was just like, yeah, we don't need these anymore if we can't make the amp. And you're sailing off in the sunset. I said, that's correct. Give them to me. I'd rather have them with me than with them. Just because it has my property on it. I worked hard on that motherfucking character. Nobody's taking that from me. Hey, the Giant Space Bud, if you want to find a copy of my amp, you should try just looking on Reverb every so often. Reverb.com, secondhand. You'll find the Soulcactus signature amp eventually. Someone will throw it up. I can guarantee you. But I will tell you, you're probably going to be looking to spend around $2,000. So don't freak out. Samrat? I'll just call you Sam for short. It's an SG Junior by Gibson. Thanks, Pixie. You rock too. Georgia like the state. I got it. Thank you. I just didn't want to get us off on the wrong foot. How you doing today? Can you take a peek? Yeah, man. Hang on. There you go. Of course, you're seeing it upside down, but, if you saw it like this, and you're seeing the whole thing, right? And the back on the tag, it says Soulcactus Special, but I always called it the Soulcactus Signature Amp. No, I don't play any other instruments. Sorry for that. Mateus, hello. Miguel, hello. I don't know, Georgia, I don't know Ring of Fire, but I'll play something similar to Johnny Cash. You're good, Giant Space Butt. I mean, it's quite a different sound, right? Lee Elliott, can you request a song? I don't know. Thanks, Tyler. Oregon, huh? You guys got some wicked weed out there, buddy. Sepultura? In the past, but thank you. Hey, Dave from Dubai, what's up? Can I play something for you right now? Something. Yes, please consider sending a sticker or super sticker, as nobody's done so thus far. Okay. Pixie, this is the amp I wrote that song on. White something? What about White Room? Yeah, there was a short and I deleted it because nobody fucking watched it. Ciao Bella. Right back at you, Matthew. Someone? Thank you. Hey man, what's happening? Passive aggressive, I find that very hard to believe, man. Alright, did, man. You should have been here earlier. You would have heard that. It's not my fault that you weren't. But I'm just saying, I already played that shit. So maybe come in and say, hey, how you doing? Instead of throwing Voodoo Child verbal vomit onto me. How about that? Do you ever see Weird Science, dude? You know when the kids ask for the scotch and the bottle would like, give me the scotch, the bottle, and the African American gentleman says, "Why don't you bend over and I'll shove it straight up, yo." Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you coming into my house and barking an order at me, I have the same attitude as that gentleman in the movie. Bend over and I'll shove it where the sun don't shine. See? Crack a book, Wesley. It wasn't cool. I'll let you know when it's cool. That wasn't cool. That was shit. See, this amp has EL84s, and I don't like the way they break up with this circuit. It's not as flattering as the Sword. So, like, this amp to me is like you'd use it for cleaner purposes. And the Sword I would use to overdrive the shit out of everything. That would be the rock amp. And this would be, jazz, blues, and but that gives you that blackface Fender tone that the Sword doesn't really have because of the EL34. But it's more of a tweet sounding amp anyways. But this has like what we designed or came up with was what I summarize is to be the best three eras of Fender. You get black-faced reverb, you get brown-faced tremolo, and you get tweed guts. Boom. You got it in one amp. like 6L6. 6L6 is fine. It's not my favorite tube personally. I like I said, I like 6V6s and EL34s are my favorite tubes in terms of tonality. I don't mind an 84 if it's like in a Matchless Lightning 210, which I used to have one of those, and that thing smoked. When I say smoked, I mean it was like grease lightning. I used that amp when I played with my friend Donald in Tucson when we did that open mic thing that I got on recording. I played an SG standard in that. I played an old like 83 Alpine White SG with humbuckers, and I had Seymour Duncan Antiquities in the humbuckers, and man, that thing sounded like $1,000,000. Some amps are magic. Yeah. Victoria, Swart, Matchless. All that shit's magic to me. If you came to me and you say, hey, what are your favorite 3 brands currently existing today? I'd be like, Swart, Matchless, Victoria. I like Carr too. Those are different kinds of beasts though. But I'm not into channel switching amplifiers. Your 2 Rocks, your Bogners, that kind of stuff. Hey, Lisa. Friedman amps, they're like hot-rodded Marshalls, man. There's nothing wrong with them. But my Soulcactus amp is good for that kind of shit. Jangly, clean. Stump ripoff on this amp because it sounds like that. To have an amp that clean and blooms notes like that is fucking magic. That's how I got like articulate and precise with my playing, was playing through boutique amps, mostly Matchless and Victoria, from 96 until I started playing with Swart in 2008. That's when I made a changeover. And had I not closed up Soulcactus Sound, I would have taken on Swart as a dealership and sold Swart amplifiers and developed this amp with him and called it the Soulcactus Jr. So if you want my amp, my version of the Swart STR Tremolo, you would need to email Swart Amps and say, hey, I want to buy an STR Tremolo, Space Tone Tremolo, 5-watt amps, but I want it with Soulcactus mods. And I'll be like, okay, I know what you mean. I don't know if there's like a hidden cost involved or anything like that, but he'll know exactly what you want and be like, you want the same amp as Larry Soulcactus got from me. You want the Larry Soulcactus amp, basically. So he'll do that for you, no problem. But you will have to email him. And like I said, I don't get any kind of kickbacks on it or anything like that. I just get a crispy high five. Thank you. And we're back to the Swart. That amp cannot do any of what I just played. It does not break. It does not have sweet breakup like that. That's awesome. Dude, that ain't even a fucking Marshall, man. It's a 5-watt 110 combo. Yeah, baby. That's brand new. Cool. Who's my favorite guitarist? Two-way tie, Jimmy Page and Eric Clapton. If I can only pick one to go to a desert island, I'm picking Clapton. Why? Because he doesn't need anybody else to sing. He can do it himself. Ba-dum-bum. Plus, I think I have more in common with him. And I want somebody to talk to on my desert island. Other than Wilson. Wilson! Just kidding. Thank you, Jerome. Yeah, man. Buy my amp from Swart. You heard it. Seriously, do you want like a Champ, like a 1/8 combo? Because you can probably find like a Swart baby amp on Reverb for like, I don't know, $900 to $1,200. That would be highly worth it, dude. I highly recommend the 6V6 ST by Swart. It's very simple. It's got 2 inputs, but it's got like a gain boost switch in it. You fucking love it, dude. It's Led Zeppelin 2 in a little box. And like, I love that amp. I used it for my Stones band. And that was a 7-piece band, and that amp held together just fine. Believe it. Oh, you mean like one that you can put on your belt? Well, try a Pig Nose, man. Echoes by Pink Floyd. Yeah, we don't have time for that, dude. I've already been going for like 76 minutes here, so since nobody's bought a sticker or anything like that, I'm gonna just kind of call it. Because can't keep the lights on, folks, with like 0. It just doesn't work. Guitar strings, amplifier tubes, all that shit costs money. Electricity, that costs money. Okay. Anyways, okay, places that you can follow me. If you're new here, even though we've had 90 people drop off or whatever it was, you can subscribe and hit that like button. We greatly appreciate that kind of thing. What cover did you mention, John Jacob? Apologies. Yeah, thank you, Giant Space. But no, Mark, the lights will eventually shut off if I don't get support from people. That's the point. You know, why do you think the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts sell cookies, man? I just don't have any cookies to sell right now. So, like, I gotta ask for stickers. And I wouldn't have to ask for stickers if my channel was bigger, because people would just do it automatically like they do it on other channels that don't have to ask for stickers. Their fans just do it automatically because they like the content. I've played an hour and 20 minutes of content. I have severe carpal tunnel syndrome. My fucking hands kill. And, like, can't do it forever, man. There is health involved. So, anyways, people, Giant Space Butt, I love you, man. You're the best. You'll be at the next stream. Picks, you want to do 5:30 or 6? I can do 6 tonight if you need it, or do you want to do 5:30? Giant wants us to play White Room. Okay, I'll play White Room really quick. Lisa, my cameraman quit on me. There's no Zoom. All right. Okay, that's going to conclude the stream for today. Pixie, what did we say, 5:30? All right, cool. We'll see you then. Thank you, Giant Spacebot. You rock. Lisa, hope you're doing well. Leo, thank you. You guys rock. Thank you for the participation today. Hit that like button. If you're new, subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram at Larry Soulcactus. That's free. You can go to our Patreon page. Pixie just put up patreon.com/Larry Soulcactus. There's new tunage up there. Go check it out. You might like something. God forbid. Anyways, I'm Larry Soulcactus. You've been great. We'll catch you at the 5:30 evening stream for this Thursday. All right? Be good to yourselves and be good to the ones around you. Hang loose. Peace out.